want to cover a little bit about this this lead generation thing I mentioned last week to some of you guys, and you were wanting to know about it. I've been so swamped trying to keep up with new enrollees, and I have several different businesses online, and I'm just now finally, it's been like a week, I'm just now finally having a chance to get back to it. But the basics of it is you're going to get 100 new leads, new email leads per day. It's got their location, their IP address, their name, and their email. There's no phone numbers in it because they're email leads. They are real opt-in email leads. And it starts at 100. Basically, it's $30 a month for 100 leads per day, which is $3,000 a month. So right off the bat, for $30 a month to get 3,000 email leads a month, I mean, it's just crazy. There's no other. The only other way you could get that I know of leads that cheaply would be to buy like bulk aged leads that are 60 to 90 days or older, and they would just be lists of leads. Like there's no way for you. The only way you could contact them would be just to call them, or if you had your own email server, I guess you could email them. I'm not sure how you would do that exactly. It would be pretty pricey to set up. I mean, you can't just take purchase leads, lists of leads, and upload them to Aweber or GetResponse and email them. They don't allow you to do that. I'm not aware of any email service that does allow you to do that. And the only ones that I know of that allow you to do that integrate with things like, what's it called? There are these different email sending, like Amazon S3 has its own email server that integrates with a lot of these user interface softwares. And the problem is that they all have really strict policies about you can't just import leads. And some of them have policies about anything that has to do with network marketing or making money online. They just automatically delete your account. And so when you buy these lists of leads, you're kind of limited in how you can reach them. You can text them all one at a time, which is fine. It's way better than going and knocking on doors or accosting people in the shopping mall. But it does take time. And maybe you can find a bulk SMS service, a text message service, or ringless voicemail that will drop those for you. But again, that costs money. And so if you can imagine, like, how much would it cost if you wanted to send, I don't know, say 10,000. Say you wanted to send a ringless voicemail drop or a text message. Oh, here, looking for my calculator. If you're paying 5 cents per drop and you wanted to send 10,000 of them, well, that's $500 just for the one send. You see, so out of the 10,000, probably a certain percentage of them aren't even they're gonna be like not working numbers and stuff like that. So maybe you'll get 9,500 drops. Out of the 9,500 drops, if 1% of them respond and engage, call you back or whatever, that's 95. Well, I don't know what the percentage is. I mean, it might be 20%. I have no idea. The point I'm trying to make here is you spent $500 just to reach them. So, with this profession, with the home business profession, unfortunately, we're like the black sheep of the business world. A lot of these providers can't tell the difference between a legit business where our compensation plan is based on a team effort, much like a real estate brokerage is, versus some sort of illegal pyramid scheme where there's no product and people are just, handing money off to each other. I mean, it's ridiculous. But in any event, so what we have here, this service, they give you automatically 100 new leads per day and the email system to email them with. So they're put into your, I don't know what to click here because I don't want to show you contact info for people, but, basically you've got, here's instructions here, but you've got a thing here to format the email and then you just send the email. So they've got the mailing system built right in. Now, I haven't actually looked into how often you can email these people. I would expect that there's probably some sort of a limit. I mean, you can't send 15 emails a day to the same people. And he probably covers this in here, but I would suspect it's probably 1 to 2 times a day. The point here is that you're getting 100 per day, so each month, basically, you're getting 3,000 new leads. So if you do that for 6 months, you're going to have 18,000. I don't even need to calculate, right? You're going to have 18,000 new leads. Well, if you've got a list of 5,000, 10,000, 12,000, 18,000 leads, even if hardly any of them are engaging, you still have a nice avenue there for finding people. Now, back on the graphic here, when it says 100 to 200, the way that this works is the service itself, it's $30 a month. There's a $30 one-time setup fee. Okay, so right off the bat, to get started is $60. They get you all set up. That includes your first month's leads. So 3,000. You're basically getting 3,000 leads the first month, plus a mailer system for $60 your first month and $30 every month after that. Now, to put this in perspective, for me, just for my AWeber, I pay $149 a month. So it's a pretty darn good deal. But I just want to talk a little bit about, how do you deal with these sorts of leads? Because sometimes people who are new to this stuff, they have these really crazy expectations like, oh my God, I'm going to have 3,000 leads, and out of 3,000, surely 10% of them are going to join, and that'll be 300 new people in my business. And no, it's not. This ain't going to be anywhere near that many. So here's some things I want to point out, because I'm doing this video for my team. Like, I want you guys to. I may put this out on YouTube so other people can see it, but the fact is, if we can't get results out of it, I'm taking the same amount of risk as you guys are. I paid the same money. I am super confident that I can get a return of more than $30 a month off getting 3,000 leads a month. I just have no question at all in my mind that I can do that. But here's the thing. Over the years, I've done lots of different tests. I remember back in 2011, I did a test with 12 people, and I set up the exact same funnel, exact same emails and everything that I was using, and I handled all the follow-up for them. So their leads were getting exactly the same thing. The only difference was that on the bottom of their emails, it said, Joe Schmo and Alan Cousins, as if it was coming from a team, and mine had my name. And I just absolutely crushed it. I was enrolling people like crazy. I was making ridiculous money, and none of the other dozen did much of anything. They had a couple sales here and there. Now, some of that was they just weren't promoting. Like, if you just don't promote, you're not going to make money. It's just like, you think, geez, this seems like common sense, But the rest of it it had to do with how the communication was handled after. Like, when the lead subscribes and they're getting your emails, a lot of them reply and they ask questions and things like that, or they do goofy stuff, like they reply and tell you you're a scammer and things like that. So what I found is the way that I handled stuff like that was a lot of the difference in the final outcome. Like, I would have people reply to me and tell me I was a scammer, and I would reply and actually get them in calm, and they would join the business. Whereas the average newbie just deletes it and goes and hides. Like, what am I doing? Oh, no, some sales magic. No, I'm just communicating with people. But what I'm trying to get through to you here is, you take a system like this where you're getting, say, 3,000 leads a month, and you've got, even with 3,000 leads on your list, if you send them an email, you could send an email and literally get nobody to click through and look at your stuff. And I could take the same exact list of leads and send an email and maybe get 400, 500 of them to click through and look at my stuff. And it may not just be in the course of one email. See, the thing is, how are you engaging? How are you communicating with these people? You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen with this mailing system. And most of the people who use this, And these leads aren't exclusive to you. They are shared. I don't know how many they're shared between. Sometimes people are new, like, oh my God, they're sharing the leads. Guys, you're not going to get if you got exclusive leads to you that aren't shared with anyone else, they're going to be like $10 a piece, man. Like, there's no such thing. For those of you who have, say, 2,000-3,000 people on your email list, I bet if we took all those 3,000 on your list and compared them to my list, probably half of them are on my list too. Like, this whole profession is sort of a closed system. And a lot of the people, pick a company, Lioness. Okay, you pick someone in Lioness and you look at what email list they're subscribed to, and they're probably subscribed, each person's probably subscribed to an average of 30 to 100 different email lists. So we're all sharing them anyway. I mean, you're getting leads from Facebook or solo ads or whatever. So all leads are shared. I mean, there's no such thing as an exclusive lead, but the point I'm trying to get to here, so you guys just really understand the reality of what we're talking about here, because somewhere along the line, someone who's not too bright is going to look at this and go, oh my God, 3,000 leads. This is a miracle. How, and then they're going to start doing it and they're going to be like, well, geez, the response ain't what I thought it would be. Well, what are you basing, what do you think it's going to be and what are you basing that on? So I'll tell you right now, what most people are going to, 99.9% of the people who are using this, what they're going to do is they're going to come up with some sort of sales pitchy, make $500 a day without, in 15 minutes work per week. There's going to be stuff like that. Here's why our opportunity is the best. Our scientists can beat up your scientists, and our stuff comes from the remote villages of China, buried deep in a well, where they discovered a rare element that makes people live to be 100, It's going to be like sell. It's going to be present. Well, we know if you're on our team, there's 7 steps. So I would venture to guess at this point, I haven't tested it, but if you come in and all you're doing is like just trying to get in calm with people, like, hey, Bob, you mind if I ask you a question? That's the subject line. And down here, you're like, so Bob, I know you probably get like a bajillion emails a day. And, I don't mean to bother you, but just out of curiosity, are you currently looking for something in the home business area? Let me know, huh? And it's such a different thing from what he's accustomed to seeing all day long that you find that all of a sudden now Bob, he's like, maybe he doesn't even respond to that one. But, the 3rd, 4th, 5th one, 12th one, he's like, who is this guy? Who are you? That might be his only response. Well, now you got him in calm. Now, I'm not going to do a whole coaching on like the calm cycle and things like that. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is, these guys are going to give you these leads. They are real opt-in leads. We don't know where they opted in, but they opted in for info on a home business opportunity. And we don't know exactly how old they are, right? I mean, they could be just minutes old. They could be a month old. I don't know. But what I know is they're going to be on your list. You're going to get 100 of them per day. Now, after you refer one other person to use this service, they're going to start sending you 200 per day. So if you sign up right now and you go grab one of your team members or one of your leads, someone else in the home business area, and you sign them up with your affiliate link, this month you can have darn near 6,000 new email leads. So 2 months is 12,000, 3 months is 18,000, 4 months is what? 24,000 email leads. Well, I don't care how crappy, and I don't know that they're crappy, and I don't know how great they are. The way I look at it, they're probably just about the same as any other email opt-in lead you get anywhere. All leads are pretty crappy. The only, I mean, let's be honest here. The only leads that aren't crappy are people that you know, because you've already got a comm line there. And I don't care what anybody tells you, the easiest market to work in is your warm market. I don't want to make a list and talk to my friends and family. Well, that's just foolish. And you know what? The people who told you that that's a bad idea are trying to sell you leads. The fact is, guys, I don't care what MLM company you're in. You could build an organization of 1 million people just with each one of you getting 3 or 4. if you're all just willing to commit and play the game. So I don't suggest this as, don't do anything else, just you work these leads. I'm just presenting this as another stream of leads. Now I get leads coming in from YouTube, I get leads coming in from Facebook, I get leads coming in from Twitter. I'm constantly running co-op traffic with our co-op, our team co-op runs. And sometimes when I run that co-op traffic, it's like boom, boom, boom. The traffic will start, I'll get 500 visitors out of that. I'll get 150 to 200 leads, and I'll see 3, 4, 5 sales right in a row. Other times I'll run double or triple that amount of traffic, and I don't see anything for a day, 2 days, 3 days. And I see somebody join something, and I go, where'd they come from? Oh, they came from that co-op thing I ran last week. Well, that's interesting. I wonder what took them so long. And then 3 or 4 days later, someone else will join. I go, oh, they're from the co-op thing too. And then the next month I'll have some offer, and whatever it is, it's paying me a $500 commission, and the person, they buy that thing. And I figure out, oh, that's that guy that came from that co-op thing who bought that other thing, right? And now my ads have been covered like 5 times over or 3 times over, and I'm happy. It's never going to be like, I put this money out, and within 24 hours, I tripled my return. I mean, I guess it could happen, but that's just not what I observe, not in the home business, start a business. Because it takes some time to like look at stuff, get to know you. Maybe you have a phone chat with them. Maybe you got a few videos they need to watch and whatever. What I'm trying to get to here, guys, I don't just want to like, oh, here, just go here and buy this thing and you're going to get all these leads and everything's going to be fantastic, because I don't know that. What I do know is that the price is ridiculous, like just stupid low, to get between 3,000 and 6,000 leads a month for $30 a month. I mean, it's almost like, what kind of a person wouldn't at least test that for 6 months to a year? I mean, even for a year, you're only talking, what, 30 times 12? $1 million? $360 for a year to get, once you've referred one person, to get 72,000 leads. I mean, even the 1% response rate, that's 720. My email open rates, once I'm past like the first week or so of my follow-ups, my email open rates are usually around 4 to 6%. So let's say 5%. That's 3,600 engaged people for $360. I mean, this is crazy. In any event, the reason I started looking at this is because a friend of mine, crap, did I close that thing? A friend of mine who has been doing online marketing for many years, really, really good marketer, sent it to me. He said, this is crazy cheap. I don't, it's like ridiculous. They're giving you 100, 200. I'm getting 200 leads a day. It's like $30 a month, and it's like they're converting. And this was like right in the beginning. He's like, some of these leads are even buying these ClickBank offers. And I'm like, what? And then he had another friend, he forwarded me. And I'm not showing you this to go, oh, yes, you're going to get sales. The reason I'm showing you this is because a lot of these things, people don't know. Like, is there really 100 leads there? I don't know. You know what I mean? Are they real? Well, I mean, if people are getting sales on them, they're definitely real. But here's what happens with a lot of newbies. They're surprised by the conversion rate being low because they don't understand how to engage people, and they don't understand that time is a factor. Because first you have to get in calm with them. And then you have to get them qualified. They have to have some reality on who you are and that you exist. I mean, you generally just can't blast out sales messages. But, I mean, that's what this is. He's just blasting out a ClickBank sales email, sales email. So, I'm pretty sure if you are decent at writing a subject line and you really look at it like, okay, who is this person? Like, okay, they're probably getting 100 emails a day for different offers, right? I know that they're a home business lead. They're looking for something in the home business niche. What are their pains? Like, what are their frustrations? What keeps them up at night? And you speak to those pains and you provide solutions instead of just blasting out a sales pitch, which they're getting all day long. And you write them in such a way where they're not like full of like make money and get rich and financial freedom, so they're not hitting the spam box. And it's not loaded with images, so you're not hitting the spam box. I guarantee you guys, 99% of the people using this thing, they don't even understand that there's certain words they put in the body of the email. It's going to dump it to the receiver's spam box. They've got 3,000 people on their list. They send an email. Every one of them goes to spam. Only 30 people are seeing it because those are the people scouring through their spam box. You know, just getting it to the inbox can make it a 50x difference in the results. You see? So, anyway, I just want to cover a little bit about that before I send you there. The nutshell version of it is it's $60 one time. 30 of that is to set up the thing, set up the system. $30 is for your first month's leads. Right off the bat, immediately you're getting 100 leads per day. And then as soon as you refer your first person through your affiliate link for this thing, if you decide to do that, then they're going to send you 200 per day. So if you can't make something happen, even with 6,000, even if they're the worst leads in the world, which I don't have any reason to think that that's the case, but if they were, you're getting 6,000 of them a month. I mean, you could literally, like within a year, have an email list of 70,000 people. Like, what's your other option to have that big of an email list? Now, you may find that, well, maybe the open rate for these people is not as good as it would be if you had, built yourself an email list of people who know you, who are exposed to you on the front end, and obviously. But here's my thinking. My thinking is if we've got right now with the group, with the streaming TV group that we have, I've got about 600 people in my organization right now after 34 days. If we assume a third of those are affiliates, that's about 200. If we had half the affiliates engage in this, right, that'd be 100 people times 6,000 leads a month. That's 600,000 leads a month times 12 months. That's 7.2 million leads. Is there 7.2 million leads in existence? Well, yes, there is. But there's probably going to be some point where these guys are like, okay, we can't take any more. And he does explain that on the page before you sign up. He's like, look, it's not going to be, we can't give you billions of leads. I mean, there's going to be some point here where we're going to have to cut this off. So it's probably not going to be 7 million leads, but I'm just trying to give you the perspective on, if we look at it from a team perspective, if you have people who want to build the business, and they're working their process, they're working their warm market, they're using Eddie to do live calls, they're using the sizzle calls, they're using the sales funnels and things like that. It's not going to kill them to have an extra 3,000 to 6,000 email leads a month for a dirt cheap price. And I got to tell you, I think it's very unrealistic that someone would not earn their money back quite easily with the volume of leads that they're giving you, regardless of what it is that they're sending out. So that's all. I just wanted to give my perspective on that. I'll make a link available here so you can get started if you want to. If you're watching this and you're on our team and you were personally referred to our team by me, well, you just can go ahead and use my link to do it. But if you're level 2 or further down in the organization, make sure you reach out to whomever referred you to our team and get their link. Now, if they don't have a link, if they don't want to do it, that's okay. you can bypass them and sign up. It doesn't mean you can't do it because they don't want to do it. Probably what I'll do is I'll put this inside the team training site, and I'll just put a button. And you can just click the button, and then if your referrer has an account, you'll know it because when you click the button, it'll send you to their site. Cool. By the way, when you do click the button, you're going to see one of the guys on this team over here. He's going to show you some of the results he's gotten with these, where he does all the tracking and where his sales came from. And you'll see a lot of them do come from this. So we're not going in totally blind. Okay, guys, thanks for the time. I'll shut up now. And you can go ahead and start getting some leads if you want to. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye.